Hello, nerds. Welcome back to the Supreme Nerds podcast. As always, like and subscribe and leave your comment of our speculation down below. I decided to leave this one today because I've brought to you guys some rumored leaks that quite a bit of them actually, and I wanted you guys to, indulge with me. Please turn away now. These are heavy spoilers for Ant-Man Quantumania 2. And we're going to begin. So the first one is 2, 1. First one is Janet will be running from the quantum realm. Okay, see, hold on. He made a typo. That's not my fault. Janet will be running from quantum realm aliens when she met Kang. There's a montage of Scott narrating his life via an excerpt from his book, Looking Out for the Little Guy. Another is Scott talks about how happy he was to meet a raccoon that could talk. Says he's friends with the Hulk. Next line is talking about future adventures. Scott says that for the moment he's just focused on being a dad. Scott and Cassie are reconnecting, and it's a big part of the movie. Scott, Cassie, and Hope, Hank, and Janet are separated into two groups after getting sucked into the quantum realm by Cassie's device. Scott tries to calm Cassie down by saying being in the quantum realm is like camping. That's a comparison. We see a whole civilization in the quantum realm. I saw that in the trailer. We see Hank and Janet surfing on flying stingrays. That was in the trailer. There's a quantum realm Cinta bar with a Bugman bartender. Whatever that means. There's a quantum...
Wait. The Bugman is a callback to the Micronauts. When they had the rights to the toys, the quantum realm was called the Microverse. And who was in there was the Micronauts, were these bug-like creatures. So that's what that's about. And I saw that creature was going to appear in the movie. But go ahead and continue.
Bill Murray's Krylar is a quantum realm aristocrat who's hinted to have a fling with Janet while she was stuck there. We speculated on that earlier this year. Some buildings appear to be alive in the quantum realm. MODOK's described as mechanized organism designed only for killing. He's a big Corey Stoll head. We saw that in the trailer as well.
Yes.
We get to know Kang's backstory. Janet and Kang were both trapped in the quantum realm together in the past. He has a ship that can travel the multiverse. Janet and he were fixing it. He wanted to help her fix time, so she could get back to her time with Hope. Janet discovered he was evil via neural connection he has with his ship. After confronting him and confirming his nature, she destroyed the equipment that made his ship work and trapped them both deeper in the quantum realm. Kang has been the conqueror ever since. He has been looking for Janet for revenge. Kang tells Scott he's beaten the Avengers several times. Kang asks him if he's the one with the hammer, and Scott makes a joke about people confusing him with Thor all the time. He wants Scott to help him get out of the quantum realm, and he says they should work together. Kang claims to be the only one who can stop what's coming, and when Scott asks what it is, Kang simply says, "Me." Wants to help Scott stop him from coming. He is not blue, but has lines on his face. Whatever that means. Scott gets into Quantum Nexus, where he meets several different versions of himself. There's a Scott who's just a Baskin-Robbins employee in his universe and doesn't. Next page. Doesn't understand what's going on. Scott works with his multiversal selves against MODOK. Scott has an emotional moment with Cassie, saying he's messed up a lot in his life, but she was the only thing he ever did. Right? and promises Cassie he'll get her home. Corey Stoll's doing a voice for MODOK. There's a running joke about everyone calling MODOK Darren and him hating it. Janet calls Kang by his name, Nathan. I don't know if that hits home with you guys.
Yes, Nathaniel Richards.
Yeah.
As in Reed Richards. Mr.
Ooh.
Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic.
Oh.
But proceed.
Proceed.
Kang tells Janet that she gave him a lot of time to plot his revenge by leaving him stranded in the quantum realm. He tells her that when he leaves, the first universe he'll claim will be hers. Kang reveals he's built an empire and says he'll take it with him to conquer all the universes. Scott gets an all-black suit. Hope has lightsaber wings.
Yes.
Both black suits have a red and yellow accents, respectively. The final battle is huge, reminds people of the battle from Aquaman with all the moving pieces. I thought I wrote horrible. Sorry, guys. We see Giant Cassie fighting MODOK. She tries to talk him into switching sides. Giant Scott and Giant Cassie run to each other for a hug. He jokes about it feeling like he's hugging Godzilla. Kang has a standoff with Scott, Hope, and Cassie. Hank flies in with a legion of battle armor ants, and they attack Kang. He manages to hold them off with his powers. MODOK also shows up to help. Kang fatally injures MODOK. The family goes to MODOK's side as he dies. He rubs his tiny hands on Scott's cheek. There's an emotional moment where MODOK says Cassie was right about him, that he at least died an Avenger. Scott says he did a good job and agrees. Kang survived the fight and stops Scott just as they're going back to the universe. Janet, Hank, Cassie, and Hope escape. Kang beats the shit, mind you, Kang beats the shit out of Scott. That's a quote. Hope comes back for him. They almost manage to trap Kang in the quantum realm, but he escapes and traps Scott and Hope inside. Kang guarantees Janet and Cassie that they'll find him. At the end of the movie, Hope and Scott look at the quantum realm. Hope says to Scott that their family will be okay and that they have to trust them to find the duo. She says Cassie will know what to do. The next scene, sometime later, Cassie running all kinds of programs on different computers. She's staring at a screen. She sees something. Her eyes go wide and she gasps, and it cuts to black.
That's it?
Yep.
Don't like it. Don't like it. I'll tell you why. MODOK creates Red Hawk in the comics. So that part I don't believe. I think MODOK survives. The leak that I saw, the leak that I saw, MODOK escapes.
I saw that leak too.
So
I saw that same leak too.
Everything else compares to every other leak. There's just certain changes.
I think so too, and there's certain things that I don't like. I don't like that MODOK will get killed because you're introducing him and you're gonna kill the guy already.
Right.
Like, come on. We know, like Tony said, he creates the Red Hawk. Like, there's so many cool things they could do with MODOK.
Maestro.
Thank you, Tony. But like I said, when you think about it, no, and that's the thing. Like, why would you get MODOK right away and ruin him? So I feel like but at the same time, I agree with Tony. I read another leak that said that he escaped. So I would rather be the ones that he escapes as opposed to him dying.
Right.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Cassie looking at the end. Do you think that's the excursion?
Or it's the Young Avengers initiative. It could be either one, but I hope it's the incursions. That's what I'm hoping for.
That would be badass.
But I hope they actually show it as opposed to her just looking and then backing up. I want to see what's on the computer screen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what I want. Just her looking at it and being startled, and then they fade to black. That once again poses more questions. What was she looking at?
That's the point. You know? It makes you want to come back and watch it again.
No, it doesn't, because I want to see what's on the screen.
Watch the next one, sorry.
No, I'm just saying. It doesn't answer. I mean, if that happens, yes, I'll be happy. But I want to see what's on the computer screen. Is what I'm saying. Of course. I want to know.
Them not showing it to me is a cop out, to be honest.
Yeah,
that's true. That's a good point.
Now,
do you think it's things we've seen already or speculated on too?
But do we think it's true?
To a point. I feel like some things are in there as filler.
Man, if I tell you something, you're going to be like,
Tell it.
And this is just here. If that's what the movie is, there's certain parts that I'm good with and certain parts that I feel like, Like, okay, so I like the whole Kang escaping and leaving them in there. I think that would be perfect, because then when you see him in the future, you see they're gonna be okay. I'm gonna put it like this. I think Scotland is gonna be the sacrifice of this phase.
Probably. We're probably gonna love him, and then they're gonna hit him again.
He's dying at the end of this phase.
I don't. To be honest, what I'm going to say, I don't care if he dies. I'm just being honest. I don't care if he dies.
Me neither. It's part of moving on. After Iron Man, nothing can break my heart.
No. Don't get me wrong. I love Robert Downey Jr. He's dead. I don't want him back. I love Scarlett Johansson. She's dead. I don't want her back. If you're going to, I want them to actually stay dead. I don't like in the comics when they kill characters off for 3 or 4 years and always bring them back. So if Scott is killed, but we get his daughter, I'm fine with that.
It's like a big Godzilla.
Nah, I mean, some of these people, remember, he's in his 50s. Scott Lang's going to age out of this role. They all are.
True. Yeah.
The point of Secret Wars is to recast. It isn't to tell a great story. It's to make everybody younger and recast everybody. That's the point of the multiverse. And then we can start over. So remember, Michael Douglas is in his 70s.
True. Damn. Fuck.
Yeah.
You know, Michelle Pfeiffer is in her 60s. Samuel Jackson is in his 70s. So these people have to age eventually. Mark Ruffalo's in his 50s. They're going to age out. So
Samuel Jackson's 70.
Yeah, bro.
So if these people are going to die, I'm sad to say I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it because you have to keep telling the story. You have to keep going forward. That's why I feel like they're casting a lot of younger actors, like and not only they haven't cast them, but they're rumors, so I don't know nothing about this, so I'm not saying that. But that's why they're going for the actors like Gina Ortega, going for the girl from the Stranger Things, for Thunderbolts. I'm going for the younger actors because they know that those actors, they could get them and have them for 10, 15 years, and it wouldn't matter because they're young.
True.
If you see,
and then they can do Secret Wars 2 and recast again in 15 years.
Yeah.
So,
true.
I think it's good. I think change is good. Now, another question: if these leaks are true, what happened to Marvel locking down everything? Back in the day, you never got Marvel leaks.
True.
And since Endgame, everything has leaked from Marvel, and it's turned out to be true. So if this thing is 95% true, I already know the movie, my excitement will be down a little it'll be a good movie, but it won't be the surprise.
That's shocking.
Yeah. The shock and awe that we got. Because think about it.
But this is what we do, Tony.
When you saw at D23, Mark Ruffalo came out as a joke and said everybody dies. And then he says, "No, I'm kidding," for Infinity War. And he was actually telling the truth. Everybody died. And that was the first scene they filmed, if you go back and look at the behind-the-scenes stuff, was everybody's death. Then they filmed the battles and all that other stuff. So, can Marvel, let's assume this is true, can this movie survive it? If everybody already knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'd still go see it.
Yeah, they're still going to go see it.
No, I didn't say go see it. Can it survive it? As in make $1 billion. And make $1 billion. Well, they haven't. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Since Marvel proper. No, since Marvel proper has had $1 billion. We're not talking about Spider-Man. That's a Sony movie. It's been a while.
Good point.
And if you're going, because we might as well assume everybody's saying a couple Guardians are dying. That now there's talk they're going to introduce Nova and the Silver Surfer. If those leaks turn out to be true.
Oh, we haven't talked about those leaks. Well, we'll talk about them eventually.
It's like,
stay tuned.
Back in the day, Kevin Feige had this all under control. And now it's like it's all slipping. Everything's getting out.
I don't know. I honestly think he's letting it slip out.
But to me, it's hurting rather than helping.
How is it really hurting?
Because think about it. Of all the Spider-Man leaks, Aunt May's death did not leak. And that was big. That was big. When me and you seeing that, That was big and emotional.
Yeah, that was heavy.
All the leaks from Doctor Strange that eventually got cut that turned out to be true. That really hurt that movie.
It did.
So
it did.
Is it the same thing with this now?
We're going to have to wait and see.
Because I've heard people, their early speculation is $120 million opening weekend. I don't see Ant-Man doing $120 million. This is a $50 to $60 million opening to me. But
I agree with you.
But then again, Avatar 2 is $2 billion plus.
Yeah, we've been wrong before.
Yeah, but one last dude, are you hoping this thing is true?
This leak that came out?
Yeah,
some of it.
Some of it, yeah, some of it. Like I want MODOK to survive, but I do want them to show that Cassie, but like you said, Tony, they have to show me that it is the incursion. Because if you're just gonna show her gasping like, and boom, it goes to black. What the fuck? Did she just see her dad in the quantum realm doing the Macarena? Did she? What the hell? Tell me. What the hell?
Right.
Come on. I'm just being honest. Like you need to give me a fucking burning ball or something, ripping the sky or some shit. Don't just give me her gasping because what the fuck did you just see? Did you just see that you missed your period or something? Like, I don't know.
Right.
Like, come on. Give me something. Show me. So if that is true, show me that. But besides that, I think everything else seems pretty good. It seems certain areas look pretty, and this is just me speculating, and I have to see that movie. And remember, it's something that you read that was like 5 minutes, so it's pretty much skimping shit out of it. But I hope that there's still some surprises in the movie.
Same.
I hope, and I hope that once we leave from there, we're like, oh shit, because to be honest, the trailers look dark. Look, I was looking at that last episode from Loki. I was seeing how Jonathan Majors acted there. He's acting like Des. crazy person that been so isolated for so long that he's losing it. If you go back and see that episode, look how he acting in that episode. He's acting like he's losing it because guess what? Remember when the pandemic, people were losing it and people were going crazy because they couldn't be outside and whatnot? It's the same thing. So imagine this guy for how long? From millennia, right? So look how he was acting, and then look how he's acting in Kang. As Kang in Ant-Man, he's acting all violent and stuff. So I think just that Jonathan Majors, I think this is what's going to prove to see if he's going to be big. And I feel like, it's interesting. It's very interesting. And I really can't wait to see this movie. Like, we are like 2 weeks, 3 weeks away?
About 12 days. No, 12 days, I believe.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so we're not that far away. My only complaint is I don't want to see MODOK die. I'll be pissed if MODOK dies. Because what's the point of introducing him then? We need MODOK to escape and get out there.
Yep, because he sets up too many plot points.
Yeah. Well, other than that, I actually like the leak. I don't like the fact that it leaked.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that it leaked, but at the same time, a lot of it gets me happy. A lot of it gets me pumped. And, we did this because we wanted to be in the forefront of all this. So me reading this, I don't think it's spoiling me the movie. Yeah. But as a fan of it, it's actually just making me want it more. Like, it's making me see it more. And I just can't wait to see this movie because at the end of the day, when you think of it, this movie, and this is just me here, is going to leave us with more questions than answer. And yeah, Kang is going to escape, but where the hell is he going if he escapes? How are you going to answer that? Like, dude, I just can't wait for this movie.
He's going to look for whoever put him there, who is already dead. Or so is he? Or maybe he'll go to a different part of the timeline to seek his revenge on the person that put him there.
Because he's got his chair.
Deuces, nerds.
Deuces, nerds.